Hi everyone, I'm Ines Sandra Tentero from SMA Sulu, Jakarta, and in today's video, we're gonna break down some things about discussion text. But before we get into the lesson, let me ask you guys some things. Have you guys ever experienced a debate or an argument with your friends about whether homework should be reduced or whether social media is actually helpful? Well, if you guys have, then congratulations. That means you guys have already experienced what a discussion text feels like in real life. So in this video, we're going to explore how that kind of balanced conversation looks when it's written down. So if you guys want to know more about discussion text, let's get into the video. Okay, so what is the actual definition of a discussion text? A discussion text is a type of writing that presents different viewpoints on one issue. So instead of pushing the reader to choose one side, it gives information, arguments, and evidence from multiple perspectives so the audience can decide what they think. Now that we know what it is, let's move on to why it matters. What is the purpose of a discussion text? A discussion text has several goals. The first one is to inform. It introduces a topic and shows various opinions about it. The second one is to encourage critical thinking. The readers are invited to analyze arguments and question ideas. The third and last one is to spark conversation. These texts are great for topics that people often debate. To make a discussion text clear and objective, writers often include: the first one is thinking verbs. Words like believe, suggest, consider, or assume help express thoughts or report what others think. The example of thinking verbs is: many people believe that public transportation should be improved. The second one is modal verbs. Words such as should, must, might can show possibility, obligation, or certainty. The example is: teenagers should learn how to manage their screen time responsibly. The third one is adverbs of manner. These describe how something happens. The example is: the issue must be approached carefully to avoid misunderstandings. Fourth one is connective. Linking words like however, on the other hand, in addition, helps organize arguments. The example is: some people support electric cars, however, others worry about the battery waste. Fifth one is passive voice. This structure shifts focus to the action instead of who did it. The example is: it is often suggested that online learning is more flexible. The sixth and last one is reported speech. It is used to include experts' opinions or survey results indirectly. The example is: a recent study reported that most students prefer blended learning. After understanding the language features, let's break down on how discussion text is actually structured. So a good discussion text typically has 4 sections. The first one is issue statement or introductions. These parts explain what the topic is and why it matters. The second one is supporting arguments. These are the points that agree with or support one side of the issue. The third one is opposing arguments. This presents the counterpoints or concern. The fourth and last one is recommendation or conclusion. The writer summarizes both sides and may offer a balanced suggestion. Finally, let's wrap things up with some helpful example of discussion text with its own structure. If you guys want to read the text, you can pause the video. And that's the end of today's lesson. Thank you for watching, and I hope this explanation helps you guys understand discussion text better. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.